You won't have to worry about when things are going to happen in your life when you know you're doing everything in your power to make it a reality and to make it happen. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance, and that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, with that being said, because there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it doesn't apply, then that means it's not in line, which means it is not for you, so don't force it. As well as grab your pens, grab your paper, and be prepared to take notes. For the month of May, and in this video specifically, we're going to go over and discuss why you don't need to be worried about the outcome and what to do to be present, as well as some recommendations, some reminders, some disclaimers, and just certain things to be aware of. For the month of May, we have been going over and discussing that nothing in life is going to last forever, so it's time for you to change and that you're going to change. The first disclaimer when it comes to you to stop worrying about your past or just in general and knowing that things are going to change and things are going to work out for you is knowing that there are only 24 hours in a day. Change a lot of times is not always immediately. If you just healed yourself from all the trials and tribulations and the trauma and the adversity, you have to realize now you're going to go through a period where you're processing what has happened to you. And processing trauma takes time. A lot of times, if you grew up in dysfunction and confusion and corruption, or you were insecure, you had fears, you had doubts, you're envious, whatever it is that you no longer want to be, you have to realize that you once were. So allowing yourself the grace to make the necessary changes, allowing yourself to educate yourself, inform yourself, and remove yourself is the first thing that you need to be aware of. The second disclaimer when it comes to you stop worrying is realizing that you can only do so much because there are only 24 hours in a day, because you had to take the time to process and heal and follow me and book a service in a session, to go see a therapist, to go see a psychiatrist, that there's only so much that you can do. Like, you don't have to be so like worked up and overwhelmed once you realize that you're using the resources that you have. So if you know you don't have money to go to a therapist, but you're watching these videos, you're taking the notes. You have to pace yourself. Like, you don't need to rush. You don't need to compare yourself. You do have to learn how to relax, because yesterday doesn't exist and tomorrow doesn't exist. Like, your future and your past, they don't exist right now. Not in this moment. Right now, today is the only thing that's going on. And whatever happens today is what you went through. You have to realize that every single day you have to show up. Every single day you're going to go through things. Every single day, as long as you're living, you have to do what you can. Like, you have to use what you have. Excuse me. You may not like where you are. You may not feel like you have much. You have to be able to make something out of nothing if you don't have anything. Like, if you don't have the finances, like I said, to go to therapy or see psychiatrists, these videos are free. This is why it's so important you have your notifications on, you're taking your notes, you're asking questions, you're liking and engaging. I make these videos for you. It's not about me. It's important that you're surrounding yourself with people who pour into you, who have the capacity to listen to you, who don't judge you. Like, the fourth disclaimer is that when you are elevating, when you are healing, when you are changing, like I said, your community matters. What you watch matters. What you engage matters. What you choose to watch on social media, all that stuff matters. Like, and I'm speaking from experience. Like, recently, I've had to cut off more and more people and places and things because I'm just like, this energy that I'm like investing into these people and these places and things and what I'm like focusing on, it's not giving me that energy back in return. And I'm at a point in my life where if it's not mutual, you will not be here and I will not be worried about you. So it's just like, you have to realize that it's only so much that we as people can do, and like, worrying is not going to help us. And I know a lot of times you feel so anxious and overwhelmed because you're used to being stressed out, you're used to being overwhelmed, you're used to being worked up, but you have to realize that if you don't want to continue to be like that, you have to be able to sit still. Like, you have to be present. Like, so many people are in such a rush to do things in life. That's why you're so worked up. Slow down. Like, you have to be able to allow yourself to rest. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a businesswoman, I'm a bossy lady, right? I've had to learn that it is okay for me to rest. Like, I don't want to overwork myself. I'm not a slave. I personally don't even like to work like a lot, if I'm being completely honest. That's why I became an entrepreneur, because I value my freedom. But I had to realize when I'm not working, that doesn't make me lazy, that doesn't make me less of a person, that doesn't make me not productive. It's just, we're so used to working and doing things that when we actually sit still, we think there's something wrong with us. And it's not. Like, being able to rest, being able to be present, being able to ground your thoughts, being able to not be overwhelmed is a privilege. Like, a lot of people are not privileged. Like, you know, you're not lazy, you know, you're not a bum. Like, the life that I live, the average person, at least around me currently right now, does not live. That's why I had to surround myself with other people who are on the same frequency, because it's like me resting, people talking about, oh, all you do is sleep, or it's a privilege, babe. I don't have to work a 9 to 5. I get to pick and choose when I work. Like, a lot of people don't have that luxury. So it's just like, if you are not where you want to be in life, you do have to realize like where you are, what's in your control and what's not, and not feeling bad or feeling guilty. Like, if you need to rest. If you need to be able to have mental health days and self-care days where you relax, or you meditate, or you go to therapy, you see a psychiatrist, maybe you have days where you take care of yourself, you pamper yourself, you're allowed to do that. Like, worrying about things that are out of your control is not helping you. Comparing yourself to people, places, and things doesn't change your situation. Watching people who can't be there for you or support you, what does that do for you? It's taking away from you. And this is another reason why you're stressed out and overwhelmed. Like, you're comparing yourself, you're rushing, and most importantly, you don't even believe in yourself. You don't have to worry about how things show up in your life once you have a certain level of confidence. So the 5th or 4th recommendation, I think it's the 5th because I lost count, or not recommendation, disclaimer, is that when you are letting go of the outcome and stop worrying, that you do learn how to become confident. You do realize, okay, this is what I'm able to do. This is what I'm not able to do. This is what I can do in 24 hours. This is what I can't do in 24 hours. You're learning how to become punctual. You're learning how to create schedules. You're learning how to have certain routines. You're learning how to create habits. And that's going to be a part of the recommendations. Our habits determine the lifestyles that we experience for ourselves. So the first recommendation, in order for you to stop worrying about the outcome and just knowing that things are going to happen, is, like I said, just being mindful of what you focus on. Like, even when you watch these videos on YouTube, you taking 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes to watch these videos specifically, you need to know that you're going to get value. I personally don't post content that doesn't have value, even on my personal platform. And this is nothing against anybody who just posts content just to post content, but I just never been that type of person. I value myself and I value my time, which means everybody else has to treat me that same way. And if you're not, you just won't be here. You won't be aligned with what I'm saying. And that's okay, because everything's not for everybody, all right? Like, I'm so content with myself because I'm a self-made person in every area of my life. I don't need people to be there taking up space. So you have to realize that, like, what you're focusing on matters. What you watch matters. Who you support matters. So if it's not pouring into you, and it's not like entertainment, like, because this is not an entertainment account. Like, people watch YouTube for entertainment. I'm not saying that you can't have fun. I'm not saying that you can't be entertained and have pleasures and desires. But if you want to live a certain type of life, you are going to have to make time to do certain things. Like, there's a time and a place to do certain things. Like, on here, on this account, like I said, we motivate, inform, and educate. This is what we do. This is not the time to be doing all that extra stuff and celebrity gossip, and that's not over here. Now, other places you can do that. You can have time where you do other things. But over here, it's strict. We mean business. Like I said, I'm a boss. I'm a businesswoman. And I'm about my business. You have to be able to realize that. Time management. The second recommendation is knowing, once you have your time management, once you have your schedules, once you have your routines. And if you struggle with that, let me plug that in. If you want to know how to work on that, drop the word how to. If not, I have a 30-day consistency playlist challenge where I recommend and inform you like when to do things, how to do things, and what to expect, because it is a process. Like, and it's not even if you want to be an entrepreneur, it's just if you want to accomplish anything in life. Like, you need routine, you need structure, you need to be obedient, you need to be disciplined. So the second recommendation when it comes to you stop worrying is just realizing that you have to become like excited. Like, you have to be grateful. Like, you have to realize, like, okay, if I want to lose weight and I never lost weight before, it's going to be a while. It's going to be a journey. Like, you have to get into the routine of exercising. You may have to get into the routine of dieting. You may have to get into the routine of cutting off certain foods. You may have to get comfortable and acquainted with, investing into a personal trainer, like building relationships, and like I said, surrounding yourself with people who do the same thing. Because I currently, too, you guys, am on a fit journey myself, and I have personally had to get used to cutting off certain people, places, and things, and mindsets and behaviors in order for me to reach my fitness goal, which I plan on doing this year. So if I want it to happen this year and I want to see the results, I have to be able to make the necessary changes. And that's all it is. Like, that's how you stop worrying. Once you know you're making the necessary changes and you're being present and you're accepting where you are and what you have, is nothing more that you need to do, because it's like you did everything. And that's the third recommendation. If you're doing everything that you can to the best of your ability, then you just have to know that it's just not your time. Like, you're still being prepared. And what I can say is that the more time, the more energy it takes to invest into something, the greater the value. And I know nobody wants to hear that, and I'm speaking from experience, but that's the reality. Like, if it was meant to be built in a day, it would have been built in a day. If it was meant to come and go, it would come and then go. Like, when you have a certain level of value, it takes more energy. It takes more effort. Like, when you are building something that is greater and bigger than what you can even imagine, it's gonna require so much more. Like, a lot of times, let's just say you have an idea to build a house. You may have wanted to build your house a specific way, but if you are meant to have more than what you imagine for yourself, it's gonna take longer. Like, and even if it doesn't take longer and you are able to get things done, like, based off of what you're able to do, it still took a certain amount of time. Like, when we want to lose weight, even with myself, with my fitness goal, I'll use myself. I know it's going to take me at least like 3 months. 3 months for me to, like, start the goal that I have for myself. Like, because I've done this before. So I know from experience, like, the fitness goal that I currently have, it's going to take me 3 months to start, to see the foundation. That's not the entire goal, but I know, like, on average, it's going to take me 3 months. Like, learning to be patient will help you to stop being worried about what's in your control and what's not. Because if you did everything that you know you're supposed to do, you just have to appreciate where you are, because eventually it will come to pass. If it's meant to be, it will come to pass. And a lot of times, depending on what it is that we want, it's not something that just happens in a day. Like, a lot of times when people want to lose weight, when you want to heal yourself, when you want to elevate, when you're going to get yourself out of poverty, when you want to do something different, it is a lifestyle. Like, I know for me, my fitness journey, it's not something I just want to do for 3 months and then the rest of the year not be consistent with it. No, like, if I know it's going to take me 3 months just to start, then I have to be able to sustain within the 3 months. Like, if you can't start something good, how do you expect to finish it? Like, a lot of people start certain things in their life and they don't finish them because they put all their energy and exerted themselves in the beginning. Like, what I've learned, you guys, is that when you want things to last, and like I said, when it has longevity, you can't overextend yourself. Like, you can't burn yourself out, because you want to be able to sustain what it is that you want. It doesn't make sense for you to have goals to get yourself out of poverty, work so hard, get the money, and then blow it. It doesn't make sense for you to take years and months to become fit and then stop having those habits. It doesn't make sense for you to heal yourself from trials and tribulations and trauma, then just to go back to it. Like, when you are fighting addictions, when you're changing the narrative, when you're changing your identity, when you're shifting, when you're evolving, it requires a lot of energy, a lot of effort. So you have to learn how to become confident within yourself. You have to learn how to trust yourself. If you don't believe in, like, God, ancestors, the universe, take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm not here to force religion or spirituality. You have to believe in yourself. You have to learn how to become confident. You have to know that, okay, if I said that I was going to lose weight and I'm doing everything to lose weight, I may not see the results today, but sooner or later, I'm going to be able to see the results. And a lot of times, it's not even the fact that you can't see the results. It's just, you have to keep going. And stay tuned, because that's going to be the next couple of videos that we talk about. Like, you still have to be able to show up, even when you feel like nothing is working out for you, because it is. So with that being said, make sure you guys are following me on all my social media platforms. All the information is down in the description box below. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. If you guys want me to go live talking about this, let me know. As well as, if you're interested in the service and the session, book it in the description. If you're having technical difficulties with the website, just drop the word website and I can adjust that for you. And let me know what it is that you guys need to resonate with and what you're working on. And you guys, I'm stirring up my water that I need to drink. And yeah, like, you're not alone. I love you. I just got distracted. I love you. You're not alone. Until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.